morning. I'm Ned Sullivan, president of Scenic Hudson, and I'm thrilled and honored to welcome you here today. What a great day. In sunshine, in rain, in snow, hurricane, whatever, the farmers of the Hudson Valley work to produce the food that sustains us in our daily lives. Today we begin by honoring and thanking them for their service. Please join me. Special thanks to Rich Basinski and his son Russell for making Northwind Farm available for today's gathering. Northwind is one of 10 highly productive and entrepreneurial farms in the Hudson Valley that are working with us to protect the land that sustains us all. I want to thank those farmers who have agreed to participate in working with Dutchess Land Conservancy and Scenic Hudson to protect their land. The food they grow fills our farmers markets, our grocery stores, our restaurants with healthy produce that's produced close to home. This is one of the most important antidotes that we have today to fight the epidemic of obesity that is sweeping across the country. It gives us food security to know that our food comes from close by, that it doesn't have to travel the typical 1,000 miles to get to our dinner table, and it stems food contamination. The Centers for Disease Control has said that of the 48 million cases of food contamination that afflicts Americans annually, they don't have a single report of one coming from a small family farm. Farming contributes to an $800 million agricultural industry right here in the Hudson Valley, and a $4.7 billion tourism industry that employs 80,000 people. And in these tough economic times, those jobs are absolutely critical. By agreeing to protect their land, these farmers are sustaining a practice that defines our beautiful landscape. And look at it here today. It defines our region's culture, and it lays the groundwork for a new generation of farmers like Russell to carry on that tradition in the future. That is why I am so excited to welcome the U.S. Department of Agriculture, our congressmen, our senators, our town and local representatives here today. The announcement that we are going to hear will enable us in the next couple of months to complete an exciting initiative that Dutchess Land Conservancy and Scenic Hudson have worked on for many months to protect 10 working farms, 8 here in the town of Red Hook, where we've partnered with the town, and 2 in the town of Claremont in Columbia County. So we're really excited about this. It's part of a more than 10-year initiative that Scenic Hudson has worked on under the leadership of Seth McKee, Kerry Watkins Bates, and Mike Knudsen, who works with the farmers. I want to thank Senator Saland, Assemblyman Mark Molinaro. We have the mayor of Tivoli here, many officials from the town of Red Hook and perhaps Claremont. This is about a partnership, a collaborative effort, working with the farmers, working with our federal partners, all of them together, ensuring that we will have farmland into the future to sustain future generations. So my great partner is at my side here, Becky Thornton. She's the president of Dutchess Land Conservancy, and she and her staff have worked with us side by side on this initiative for several years now, and she is working to protect the land throughout the county, and I've just been thrilled to have the opportunity to work under her leadership in this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Ned, and what a beautiful day, and it's so exciting to be out here on such a beautiful farm. It's a great honor for DLC to be a part of this amazing partnership between our farmers who work so hard day in and day out to keep this land in production, to our sister organization, Scenic Hudson, Ned and his crew. Scenic Hudson has shown such great leadership to protect critically important land up and down the Hudson Valley, to the town of Red Hook that has recognized the importance of agriculture, their own agricultural heritage, by passing a $3.5 million bond measure and a local Local Community Preservation Act so that they too could play a key role in protecting farmland in an area that contains one of the largest concentrations of prime farmland soils in Dutchess County and in the Hudson Valley. Thank you to our representatives, Congressman Gibson, Senator Saland, Representative Mark Molinaro, and to all of our town representatives and others who are here, who understand the immense pressure that is on our farms and are there to help. And today especially to the United States Department of Agriculture, Astor Boozer, for not only listening to us, but for hearing us and responding to our request to join us in our goal to keep farming alive and well in the Hudson Valley. We thank you. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce another one of our wonderful partners and a true local leader, Red Hook Supervisor Sue Crane.
Good morning and thank you. On behalf of the town board and the town and villages, citizens, I welcome you to what we think is one of the most beautiful places in Dutchess County and maybe in New York State. We have perfect vistas to support us in spirit. We have rich land, soils that support fabulous farming efforts. We have deep aquifers, and we have, more importantly, the best resource of all, we have the people of the town of Red Hook. And the people of the town of Red Hook have recognized how important our farming history, our farming tradition, the fabric of farming is to our community. And what we represent, those board members who are here, and they are Harry Colgan, Mickey Strawinski, I believe Bill O'Neill is here, Jim Ross is not able to be with us, but we represent a town board. Sue McCann, the town clerk, is with us, and we represent not only this era of town boards, but many town boards before us who have deliberately decided to make a difference in how farms are visioned and how farms are protected. And one of the most persuading things that was said to me maybe 14 years ago when I started on this journey was by a farmer who said, if you had the chance to prevent erosion, would you do it? And I said, well, of course we would do it. And he said, then prevent erosion of our precious farmland one lot at a time. Protect the entities that are there and successful. They need help to continue to be successful, and you need commitment on the part of the whole town. And that's how we did some of the things that we talked about. Becky so well put. Many times town board members from other communities say, how do you go about this? And it's with great patience. It's with leaders like Steve Saland and Mark Molinaro, who helped us with the 2% transfer tax. It's with people like Steve Gibson, who represent us and understand farming and the importance of farming. And it's with people like the farmers, most importantly, who have the guts to get up and work every day and get discouraged every day and get up the next day and keep going. Thank you all very much, and congratulations to you all.
Thank you very much, Supervisor, and all the town officials who are here and who participated in this with us. I'm pleased to say that Senator Gillibrand's representatives are here. We have bipartisan support for this initiative, and it's a collaborative effort that crosses the aisles, crosses the county, and brings so many good people to bear in a joint effort. About a year ago, a little over a year ago, President Obama sent his top cabinet members around the country on listening sessions that Becky mentioned. The idea was send the top people out to hear what's going on at the regional and local level so that federal resources can be brought to bear in support of those efforts. It's a new approach for the federal government, and we were excited and took the opportunity to bring the conservation community in the Hudson Valley to work with Secretary Vilsack, who came. He was right here, up in the town of Claremont. He was down in Poughkeepsie, and he was listening. And he brought with him Astor Boozer, and I'd love to have Astor, our state conservationist in New York, come up, as well as Congressman Gibson, because as Becky said, they listened and they heard. And the man who really listened and heard, who came back and brought his entire team from NRCS to meet with us and DLC and other partners in the Valley, it was Astor Boozer. And he's just been the model partner, bringing to bear the federal resources that are so valuable to us. And Congressman Gibson has quickly recognized that he is in an important position to make sure that the tax benefits that are associated with contributing easements on farmland and other properties must be protected in perpetuity. So Astor Boozer is going to make an announcement, and I just want to thank him and his entire team who have worked so hard, Joe Heller and others down in Washington and his entire team here. I'm sure he'll identify those who've worked most closely with him, but it's been a dream come true, and I want to thank you, Astor, for all you've done.
Good morning to everyone, and this is a great celebration, a time that we can really reflect on some positive things that have come out from some partnering efforts. And I want to thank Ned once again for all the hard work. And as he was mentioning earlier, about a year ago when Secretary Vilsack was out here and we had the America's Great Outdoors listening session, you know, it opened up some doors and some opportunities for us to meet and discuss what is it that we can do within this here particular region. What are some things that we can do across the nation? And part of the plan from America's Great Outdoors is one of the goals within that initiative is to preserve and conserve farmland. You know, and I've talked to some other local landowners. It was a time when I was down at the Stone Barn, and Deputy Merrigan was talking to some young farmers and beginning farmers, and the question that come up to that group, the question that was posed to Deputy Merrigan was, you know, I'm young and I want to farm. Will there be farmland available for me to farm? You know, this here shows that, yeah, there will be some farmland available, not only here but across this nation. And we want to continue this here process that we have started here and just develop it and make it grow. And the partnering efforts with Scenic Hudson, with the Land Trust, Dutchess and Columbia County has been great. And the landowners that are up in the region here has been great. So, you know, we've had a great opportunity, the audience as well. So, you know, we want to make sure that we continue to listen to what you guys are saying here. And, you know, just from the meetings and discussions that we have had, we know that these efforts are just the beginning. And we'll continue to develop and strengthen our partnership efforts. So, as far as an announcement, you know, we have, and I don't know what, let me see if I can get this right now. There are 10 easements here in the Hudson Valley that we have approved in this overall process. Nearly 700 acres that is going under permanent conservation easement through the partnering efforts of USDA NRCS, Scenic Hudson, the Dutchess County Land Conservancy, and landowners. So we are happy and proud to announce this is a great effort. The partnering efforts, funding that was available from the federal side, $1.8 million was made available for us to do these projects here in the Hudson Valley here. So we are excited, happy, and we're just looking for bigger and better things to come. And you know, the partnering efforts from the groups made this happen. So it's been great. I am excited about it, and I know Ned, it's been great. we can continue on with this.
And it's $615,000 from the town of Red Hook added to the package to make it all possible. Congressman?
Thank you.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great event today and a tremendous partnership across the full spectrum here, the federal, state, the county, the local level. Very proud of these efforts here today. And, you know, you think about Rich and you think about our family farmers, and we've got the smartest, the hardest working farmers in the world. The issue that they have is profitability, and they need help on that score, and all of us. This is an issue that all Americans can come together to help with. You know, I spent, I tell you, from the vantage point of somebody who spent, you know, really my whole adult life until last year in the United States military, and in large measure, we found ourselves guarding oil. And we need to get out of that business. We need to be energy independent. We don't ever want to be in the business of guarding food. What we need is to make sure that we still have family farmers now and into the future that produce our food. And the way that's going to happen is a committed effort to do this. And folks like Ned, what they do to allow us to do that is they take a lot of time and effort to really develop the issue, to talk about that farmland that must be protected. This is what their motto, they talk about saving the very best. They communicate in a very effective way that allows for all, I think, to come on board and to support this. And so I just want to commend the way that they do business and how effective. Then you see moments like this today and the partnership that's done with Becky, with Sue. You see it across county lines. You know, this is absolutely a vital endeavor. And, you know, going forward, I think that this serves as a model of how we can ensure that we can be helpful to our family farms. We must continue to support our family farms. And, you know, we've been hit by these storms. You look at Hurricanes Irene and Lee, and we've had issues. Our farmers have been hard hit. And so Senator Gillibrand's got her staff here today. I will tell you that I'm working closely with Senator Gillibrand to ensure that we take the federal action necessary so that we have programs of assistance going forward to help our family farmers. So congratulations, Rich. Thank you for hosting us today. Congratulations to all those who have earned this grant. I appreciate also what Red Hook's done to match it, and God bless everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So in addition to having great representation in Washington, and Senator Gillibrand and Congressman Gibson, we have great officials here in the state of New York. And I'd like to invite Senator Sawand and Assemblyman Mark Molinaro to come up and share their views with us. They have really been champions of farmland, of the agricultural economy, of jobs, and of smart growth in the Hudson Valley in so many ways. Senator?
As you might be able to tell, I'm a little bit older than Mark. There was a time when I was a kid, but that was a long time ago. While I can still remember, I've mentioned a couple of times in the past week or so, I recently celebrated my 50th class reunion of my Poughkeepsie High School graduating class. And the Dutchess County that I remember some 50 years or more ago was a vastly different Dutchess County than the one that we see now. And it was a Dutchess County that perhaps it's a matter of nostalgia, perhaps maybe it may border on melancholy, that from time to time I long for. When I come to events that Scenic Hudson is involved in, and certainly the Land Conservancy as well, in a manner of speaking, it makes me feel like I'm reconnecting. The life of somebody who commits to farming is not an easy one, and it's obviously one that's often, if not almost always, generational. And it's not something that somebody suddenly just wakes up in the morning and says, you know what, I'm going to become a farmer. The fact of the matter is that most farmers reflect the heritage of generations of farming. And the fact that we here today have the ability, and thanks to the partnership of Sue Crane and the local officials here in the town of Red Hook, our friends in Washington, Congressman Gibson, Senator Gillibrand, USDA, and just absolutely essentially importantly, the likes of Scenic Hudson and the Dutchess Land Conservancy, who time again and again have met the challenges that we've been confronted with here in this county. I look forward to similar successes. I look forward to sharing similar moments because it's really about the quality of life and about the ability to sustain what many of us have had the good fortune to enjoy, and then it not be merely a passing memory, but that it be something that we pass on to our children and to future generations as well. So thank you to all of you. Thank you for all that you do. God bless all, and may we have many more wonderful occasions such as this to celebrate the uniqueness and the beauty that the Hudson Valley has to offer.
Thank you, and thanks to the Brzezinskis for hosting us. I don't want to suggest anything, but the cows didn't come out until the politicians started talking. I don't know what that is necessarily about, but
they're leaving.
They're leaving, as most do when I begin my comments. I come to this this announcement today from an interesting perspective. I'd like to start where Supervisor Crane ended, and that is that really, whether Claremont or Red Hook, but in particular Red Hook over the last decade, has become a leader not only in farmland preservation, but in the whole concept of smart growth and preserving what we must in order to protect a very unique quality of life. But without willing farmers, without willing landowners that, quite frankly, are taking a risk to some degree, you can't get to this next step. And Red Hook has been an exceptional leader, whether it's the bond dollars, the transfer tax easement, term easements, or what have you, or smart growth itself through its land use policies. This community has shown itself to be a leader, but you can't get there without partnership. And there is little question in Dutchess County that the Dutchess Land Conservancy and Scenic Hudson are among not only the best partners when it comes to preserving our natural resources and farmland, but they're leaders, and they keep us focused, and they keep landowners engaged, and they keep local elected officials making smarter and smarter decisions. And for that, they deserve not only our thanks, but our encouragement that they keep it up. And of course, Dutchess County and the town of Red Hook has been a strong partner working on land policy, but also through our own partnership for manageable growth and farmland protection program. The county itself has been a partner. I come to this because 10 years ago, as Red Hook's representative in the Dutchess County Legislature and mayor of the Village of Tivoli, we worked cooperatively, the town and Village of Red Hook and Village of Tivoli, to create an intermunicipal effort. In some ways, this is a very beautiful welcome to the Village of Tivoli just down the hill. So there's an important partnership that exists there. But ladies and gentlemen, as New York State confronts economic development and the governor himself has begun to realign the way in which we confront economic recovery, believe me, there are advocates at the table reminding elected officials and those in leadership capacity in the Hudson Valley Regional Economic Development Council that farmland protection, tourism, and agriculture is economic development, and these are the engines, if you will, in this region that will help us to grow and to recover. So to the farmers, we say thank you. To Scenic Hudson and our partners at the Land Conservancy and in the federal government, we thank you for your commitment, and just be reminded that in so many ways, this is what leadership looks like, and may we continue to really push for the kind of protections necessary, not only to preserve farming, but to preserve the very special quality of life that we enjoy. So thanks. I'm glad to have been a partner in celebrating this great day. Thanks.
All right, now most importantly, we hear from our host and the steward of this great land and farm, great entrepreneurial farmer. Thank you very much, Rich.
Thank you. Well, I'm not a politician, so I don't know about my speech. But I want to thank everyone, and I hope you had a chance to sample some of the products that are up there. Kenny brought some cider, we've got some donuts, I have some kibasi. So enjoy that, please, will you? But our farm is a small business, and you must remember that farms are business. A lot of people don't think of it quite that way. But I say, think of a farm kind of like a bank. A lot of money comes in, but we bring a lot of money out. We're always buying something, from a plastic bag, from a box, to machinery. You see the tractors, you see all the stuff that's needed on a farm. And that sometimes bothers me as the farm owner, because there's nothing left for us sometimes, we think. And so you got to think about that as far as economics, farming is very important. When there's people working to put those tractors together, look at Migarelli or look at the other farmers that do produce. How many people in the fields working? and how many markets, how many tractors and trucks, you know, even us pickup trucks and all that. So it's very important. You know, we are a strong factor for the economy, and tourism is one of those, yes. But let me say this. I want to thank the people. I want to thank, first of all the people that showed up, federally, Congress, USDA, Senator. This would never have happened. I went to all my neighbors, and I was surprised on this road. I figured it would be a nice project, and I've ever been done this way, where the road is preserved. Instead of one farm, I believe my farm would have been one of those that could have been easily preserved. But it's important also to get the smaller lots alongside these farms preserved, okay? Because they have potential for development, and it runs into problems with the main farm, if you want to call it, the large farm. So on this project, we do have smaller areas that are not 100 acres or less, and that is very important, and we must think of that, okay? Because my son farms a lot of those properties. Most of this road he's on. He's on this road, the next road. He's farming on Pete Sturgis's, Care Foundation, Karpinski's property, Buckley's, even Mead's, who was another farmer. We used part of that. And the list goes on and on. So those help support the main farm for us, because we can't, in the east here, we can't buy all the property up. So we rely on other landowners to allow us to use their property. We must remember that. So, again, I want to say thanks to Scenic Hudson. I want to say thanks to Dutchess Land Conservancy. I want to say thanks to Red Hook, because this project never would have happened without them. And to give an example, the money that I'm going to receive from this, now I'm able to go green, and we're going to go solar. And it takes a lot of money. So again, we're circulating that money, and that's very important. So they're bringing it to us, but we're using it all over again. And that's jobs right there, okay?